Hello, Pokemon Pocket enjoyers. So today I actually want to do a different kind of video. Usually I just do straight up PvP battles, with decks that I, make up or whatever, or maybe that I'm suggested in the comments, or maybe we'll do like a spin that wheel video and, make a deck out of that or whatever. But today I kind of want to just show my top 5 decks that, I've used lately to rack up some wins in PvP. So if you guys are kind of like struggling, some of you out there might be struggling to get those wins, because right now, I mean, the event is almost over. We only got like less than a week, about 5 days actually, to get this event done to where you have to get 45 wins, not in a row. Of course, that's ridiculous, but you have to get 45 wins total. And that's a lot. That's a lot of wins. So I mean, why don't we just jump in? And I have 5 decks here. They're not in any particular order or anything. I was thinking about making a tier list, but I feel like, I don't know, people would just be like, what? And argue over everything. So, I'm just going to show them the decks that I use that I think are the top 5 decks right now. I mean, you can still I guess argue about it or say what you think are the best decks or whatever, but these are the ones that I've been using that I've gotten really positive results with, and they're mostly new. You can still use some of the old meta decks that are still really powerful, but I'm talking about new ones, I guess. So yeah, anyways, let's just get into it. So this first one is essentially a Mew EX / Mewtwo deck, and so it's not really crazy, but it is pretty powerful. I've gotten quite a few wins with it. And essentially it's you still have one of the Gardevoir lines, but we also have a Flabebe all the way to Florges evolution line here. And Florges is really, really good. It's really nice to stall with Flabebe. Or Flabebe, I don't know how you say it. Probably Flabebe. Who knows? But it's essentially like a Jigglypuff. So you can just the promo Jigglypuff, that is. You can put it out there. You can get your opponent to sleep, and that's pretty nice if you want to stall, just in case you get Mew in the back lane or Mewtwo in the back lane, or if you want to evolve, the Ralt in the back lane too. It's nice to have little Flabebe. Baby, I don't know. Bebe's kids. No, I'm sorry. 5 of you out there will understand that joke. But anyway, yeah, and then the rest of these are just the normal items I usually use. 2 balls, 2 potions. Now instead of 2 X speeds, I usually just use a leaf and an X speed, 2 oaks, a Sabrina, a blue, and because it's a Mew EX deck with 2 Mew EXs, I do have the budding explorer in there, or expeditioner, I'm sorry, which is really good. It's essentially Koga for Mew, and it's really, really good because Mew is a basic card. Koga is good, but budding expeditioner is really good because Mew EX is a basic, meaning you can put him in your hand and then put him back down immediately. So he's really good. Yeah, you discard all the energies on him, but if you need to get him out for whatever reason, let's say he has 10 health and you're like, oh my goodness, and then you can throw budding expeditioner down, bring him back out, put him back down in your back lane, and then bada bing bada boom, he's full health again. Yeah, this deck is surprisingly, I mean, I guess not so surprisingly, because Mew was the main card, right, for the new packs. So I guess unsurprisingly, it's pretty powerful, but you can get caught. Of course, you could always get caught because he takes 3 energy to use his super move, but his super move is stupid. Okay. So let's say you fight, some people still use the Mewtwo meta, right? You can get, if you get to get your energy on first, you can use Mew's genome hacking and then use Mewtwo's move before Mewtwo. Mew is better. Mew is insane. But anyway, yeah, I like this deck. It's a fun one. And why don't we just go on to the next one? All right, so this deck actually is really strong. Okay, the new Golem line is pretty crazy, and everyone now knows, I mean, they should already know that the Mankey Primeape, the promo Mankey plus the old Primeape, is really, really strong. Really strong. If you get Mankey and Primeape turn 1 or turn 2, you know what I mean? Dude, you can devastate your opponent really quickly. And then you'll be doing devastating damage while you have the chance to build up Golem in the back lane. I also threw a Marshadow in there, well, because I have, obviously you can see I have 4 of them. I was like, let me like figure out a place I can use this guy, and this is like the perfect place. Let's say, you know, you're doing your devastating damage, but somehow they take out your Primeape. You're like, no. But if you also had this guy, you know, building up in the back lane, then you can go from doing 100 damage with this guy. You know, let's say you're doing 100 damage with that guy, and then he dies, and you have this guy ready in the back lane. Boom, another 100 damage right after he dies. It's devastating, a devastating combo. And then you have the Golem. If you finally get Golem built up, he takes like no damage. I mean, he does take damage, but he has 30, like negative 30 damage reduction essentially. So like every time you use his 120 attack, he takes 30 less damage. So like he's kind of busted, and he has 160 health. This card is really good. So you want to make sure, like I did, you want to throw a few Brocks in there. So, you know, just in case, because he does take a lot of energy to build up, right? He needs 4 energy. So it's like, okay, well, hold on there. You know, that is a downside. But if you have a few Brocks in there, you can get energies on him like pretty quick. You can get at least 2 energy on him a turn if your hand is good. And then I have Blue here, who also has some damage reduction. So there are turns where you have like minus 40, well, I guess 1 turn, because I only have 1 blue in here, where you have minus 40, you know, damage reduction on Golem. It's insane. And of course you have a leaf, 2 oaks, a Pokeball, 1x speed, and only a potion. You know, I usually have more like trainer and item cards, but it's like I have so many Pokemon in here because it's just effective. It just is. Like this build exactly is pretty effective. But of course you guys can like switch cards out if you think, oh, actually that would be way better, like a Tauros instead of Marshadow. Sure, why not? Who cares? Like do what you guys want. But these are the decks that I'm using that are actually really, really effective. So you can try them out yourself and, you know, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, it's essentially it for this deck. It's really strong. I like it a lot. It's fun too. It's like fun and powerful. I enjoy it a lot. But yeah, why don't we go to the next one? Okay, so we got this pretty fun deck right here, the Pidgeot EX deck. I like this one. It is actually really fun as well. You know, I've seen a few variations on it. This is my variation on it because I like using these specific Pokemon because they all have 1 retreat cost, which is really good. Like that's powerful because, you know, 1 retreat cost is just really good. You don't want to be wasting hella energy getting your Pokemon out of the active spot, right? So, I mean, if you get a Farfetch'd, you're looking pretty good. Everyone knows Farfetch'd is really powerful. He does 40 damage with 1 energy. Yeah, he only has 60 health, but when you're on turn 1, that's not like so much of a problem. You're doing 40, you know, like turn 1 that you get his energy on him. It's ridiculous. And of course, this new Eevee from the Mythical Island pack is so stupid. He's dumb. He's redonkulous, schmadonkulous. Dude, like he is so ridiculous. Seriously. Because if you get lucky, he can one-shot anything in the game, obviously. Like he can do infinite coin flips. Like if you get lucky, obviously, you're probably not going to get that all the time. Obviously, you know, the coin flips in this game are notoriously, you know, I feel like they're skewed towards tails. Let's be real here. But sometimes you can just get crazy lucky. I've done it. I've seen other people do it. Having this Eevee in there turn 1 is devastating. Having Farfetch'd in there turn 1 is devastating. I have no evolutions for Eevee. It's not needed because we're just trying to evolve Pidgeot, right? So, I mean, to be fair, it's like, yeah, him and Farfetch only have 60 health. You have to be careful. But if you get lucky and you devastate their Pokemon and then they have to rebuild with re-energy up, you get like a few extra turns and you're more likely to get Pidgeot out. And then bada bing, bada boom, right? You're probably winning by that point. And then I actually, I know this might be crazy to some people, but I actually have a few Pokeflutes in there. That's right. Because Pidgeot does more damage the more benched Pokemon the enemy has. So, I mean, this deck is the perfect use for this card. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I like it. It's a fun tactic. It's a fun deck. It's a fun tactic. I like it a lot. But yeah, we have the usual 2 Professor Oaks, 2 Pokeballs, 2 potions, and X speed. No leaf though. And you're probably wondering why. Well, because they all require 1 retreat cost. So 1 X speed is like good enough, you know, and you're probably banking so much energy that like taking off 1 energy probably won't hurt you. So yeah. And then, of course, a Sabrina and a Blue, you know, just for some damage reduction and to get their Pokemon to switch out just in case for those tight situations. You know how good Sabrina is. But yeah, this deck is really fun. I recommend it a lot. This is one of my top 5 decks right now. It's really good, really fun. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about it down below. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right, you already know we had to talk about this bad boy right here, the Superior Celebi deck. Dude, everyone, if you're playing the event right now, if you're playing, honestly, if you're just playing quick match too, like you're gonna be seeing this deck a lot, okay? It's fun, it's powerful as fuck, like, pardon my French, but it's ridiculous. You have 2 Superior lines in there, like, and then 2 Celebis, like, bro, I got pretty lucky. I got the 2 full Rs. Hey. Yeah, humble brag. Just kidding. Wasn't humble at all. But anyway, yeah. Also, though, I added another card I think not a lot of people are using. I don't really see this combo that much. I only see Superior most of the time. But, dude, Petalil and Lilligant, don't sleep on this. I'm telling you right now, you get Lilligant out and you have Celebi in the back lane as well, and you're building up a Superior. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be, dude, Celebi is going to be looking insane so freaking fast. Lilligant is insane, right? He does 50 damage. He has 100 health, pretty good. Yeah, it takes 2 energy to use him, but like the thing is, once you attack, you're already putting energy on your bench Pokemon. So just saying, it's really good. If you get this guy out like really fast, dude, you are eating. And if you have Celebi in the back, dude, it's like, you know, if you don't have Superior right away, but you get Lilligant right away, you know, you're not in the freaking slums, you're not in the freaking sewer, you're not in the fucking trenches, like praying that you get like more energies quickly. It's like, Lilligant helps out a fuck ton. Plus, you know, sometimes you don't even get Celebi. Like, you probably will, though, because, you know, we do have 2 Pokeballs in here and an Oak, so you're most likely going to get him. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes it happens where you don't get him. It's crazy, but it does happen. And yeah, and then you could build up Superior too. Like, there's a lot of combinations that you can do with this setup. It's really, really fun, really, really powerful. I really like it. Of course, we have, you know, 2 potions, an X speed, 2 Pokeballs, an Oak. Make sure, I know some people don't do it, but make sure you bring Erica's, dude. If this is a plant deck, it's powerful, and you have crazy healing in it. Don't sleep on Erica. I know most people don't sleep on her, but like, I'm telling you, if you are sleeping on her, wake up, use Erica. She's stupid. Also, Leaf is pretty good to have, and Sabrina, of course, to switch out your opponent's Pokemon in those tight situations. But yeah, this deck, of course, most people know this deck is stupid because that's the deck being used the most. Everyone's like, Celebi, oh! But, you know, it is kind of annoying to see, but, like, it is fun to be that person using it. So I really do recommend this deck. It's really, really good. It's really, really fun. And don't sleep on this guy. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Lilligant. Don't sleep on him. I'm telling you, put him in there. Put him in there and see for yourself, like, how good this deck gets with him in there. I'm telling you. But anyway, that's another fun deck. Let me know down below if you have any different mixtures of this deck. I know Delmies is a really good tank. He's pretty good to have in there. You know, there's a few good combinations, but again, let me know if you have any cool combinations. But yeah, let's move on to the last deck here. Okay, so this deck is a little schnasty. I'm not going to lie. Okay, it can go one of 2 ways. Either it's really fucking nasty or you get creamed. Okay, so, and let me show you why. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword here. Not really a double-edged sword, I guess, just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like it either is good or it's not. Okay, so, right. We have a lot of EXs in here. I know, that seems really bad, and it kind of is, but we also have Okay, so I didn't pull 2 Gyarados EXs. So this is the one I build right here with a regular Gyarados. All right, I do got the full art Gyarados. I'm just saying, dude, look how beautiful that art is. But anyway, I have a regular Gyarados. You know, that could come in handy because everything else that's super powerful is EX. And we know that like that gives the opponent 2 points if they die and it's bad. But let's just say, you know, you get Articuno, and everyone knows this. Everyone knows this from the other meta, from like the last season's meta. If you get Misty and Articuno turn 1, boom, like you win essentially. Like if you get Misty to work for you, that is, and Articuno turn 1, and you get 3 heads or even 2 heads in the energy, like most people are just gonna concede. I'm not lying. Like if you get lucky with Misty, people are just going to fucking concede, and that's it. And like you can probably rack up wins with this deck if you're lucky the fastest. Like seriously, if you're just stupid lucky with Misty and you get the good hand, like in the beginning, I'm telling you, people just go, oh, fuck you. And they concede immediately if you get lucky with Misty on Articuno. It's so funny. But yeah, it's pretty strong because, and you know, even if you don't get lucky with Misty, you do have a few options here, right? You can like put Articuno out there or, dude, Magikarp sucks balls. Like, I mean, obviously he sucks balls, right? Like he's supposed to suck balls. That's his whole purpose. Why you kind of Pokemon, all right? But so anyway, we're not worried about Magikarp. You try to put him on the back lane as much as possible while you're building up for Gyarados, obviously. And that's the goal. If you get Eevee turn 1 as well, that could be devastating as well. See, that's why you want Eevee and Vaporeon in here as well, because turn 1 you have Eevee and you get really fucking lucky. Like, let's say you got Articuno Eevee. Let's say this. Let's say you put Eevee out turn 1 and like you don't get Articuno yet and you don't get Misty yet. And you're like, oh my God, this sucks. But then you put the energy on Eevee. You can still like devastate your opponent if you get lucky, right? This is pretty much a coin flip deck. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's a card game. It's based on RNG. Let's be real here. So I know it's RNG on top of RNG and that sucks, but this deck can be ferocious. It's hilarious when it is too, because you just get like an insta win sometimes. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. And like, you know, the items are basic: 2 Pokeballs, 2 Oaks, 2 Misties, a Sabrina, a Blue, a potion and an X speed, and that's pretty much it. It's nothing like super fancy. And yeah, I don't know what else I can say about it. I mean, I guess we can go into Vaporeon if none of you really know. But of course I know most of you do, but I would just, you know, reiterate that his washout ability is really, really good. Let's say for some reason they Sabrina'd you. Let's say you had Articuno with like 3 energy and they Sabrina'd you out, you know, for a Pokemon in your back lane, like, I don't know, like Gyarados, but because they're like, oh, let's just switch to Gyarados because he has no energy on him. But you have Vaporeon in the back lane and it's like, oh, but then they switched out your Pokemon that had 3 energy on him. Like you could use this washout ability, put all those energy back on Gyarados, slap another energy on him, and then just boom, win, essentially. Like, it's stupid when you have Vaporeon out. Like, this deck is dumb if you get good with Misty, like get lucky with Misty, and you have Vaporeon out, and then like your powerful Pokemon out. Like, it's devastating. It's a fun ass deck, but so many things can happen with it. I guess that's what kind of makes it fun as well. But anyway, yeah, that's the deck I use. It's really, really fun. It's hilarious. You can rack up wins pretty quick with it if you get lucky. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of all these decks, what decks you use, what combinations you use to rack up your 45 or just wins in general. You know, I think this is a good one. I like it a lot. But yeah, I like all those decks a lot, actually. That's why I'm using them, because they're fun to me. They're fun to me and they're powerful. There are crazy deck combinations I have seen. There's like Druddigon with Tauros and Eevee. Like, I've seen some crazy decks out there where I'm like, actually, that does seem like a lot of fun. I do want to try like a Druddigon deck one time, like a special Druddigon deck. I'm gonna have to like work around that. Because he's an interesting Pokemon to use, but I think like he can be used pretty effectively. I've seen it used effectively, in fact. But yeah, again, let me know what you guys think down below of these, my top 5 decks. Okay, they're my personally, okay? Don't get your panties in a twist or anything. They're my top 5 right now. But if you guys have any top decks, you're like, oh no, this one will kill all those decks, or, you know, no, this one is the king. Like, let me know down below. I love to see your combinations and any suggestions to make even my decks better. I would love to see. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it. You know, good luck to you out there, all you Pokemon Pocket enjoyers. Hopefully you guys get some beautiful wins. And yeah, if you like the content, why not like and subscribe? Hey, keeps your boy going, keeps the Pokemon content flowing. All right. So yeah, I appreciate all of you. Hope you have an amazing day. And again, yeah, I guess that's it.